Hello and welcome to game 1 of 2 today at the Cube in Findlay. We have the Findlay Trojans Junior or Peewee Gold in their home white against the CCYHA Columbus Blue Jackets in their dark blue uniforms. Face-off taken by Mason Cooper. He's out there with Hank Schwab and George Homewood. Columbus takes a shot. That goes wide or above the net. I say chipped out by Webb Sloan. Sent center ice. George Homewood in there. Pushes it into the Findlay zone. Now he's trying to make a play on it. Tried to center that puck, blocked away. Ben Grace and Webb Sloan back on defense. Hank Schwab with a shot. Oh, off of the shin pad of Columbus player. Columbus tries to move that up. They do. And good tie up there by Webb Sloan to knock it out of the zone. Henry Yates in goal for the Trojans, game 1. Cross-ice pass entering the zone is Columbus. Almost looked offsides there as they wing it around the back of the net. Now Burkhart out there on defense with Fort. Burkhart now carries the puck, moves it up the length of the ice. Columbus is going to let that go, even though they could have played it. And we will have a stoppage at the 12-minute mark here in the first period. We're going to call that neutral zone face-off, I guess, since they ruled they could have taken that puck. Ricky Nichols with the face-off. Tried to knock it over to Harrison Schaaf. It's out there with him at winger, along with Mason Beach. Cross-ice pass by Columbus. They move it forward. Burkhart breaks that up, and then broken up again by Fort. Now collected trying to move it forward is Findlay, but dropped down into the corner is Columbus. Burkhart pushed to the outside, moved up, good passing there. Mason Beach has it. He's on a little bit of a break. Oh, just lost his footing there. Fresh Zamboni. And Columbus looks to pass forward. Laura Teagarden, though, collects it. Gets it over to Webb Sloan, who's out there with Fort now. Pass forward to Beach, just a little high, so knocked around to neutral ice. Teagarden tries to slap it back. Now Webb Sloan has it. Looking to pass, but goes off the skate of a Columbus forward. So he collects it and wraps it around the net again, and now he's racing up the boards. On the left-hand side, that gets poked away. Now Columbus has it, and a nice play there by knock that out of the zone. Columbus sends it back in, but had a player in the zone already, so that's going to be offsides. So Teagarden out there now with Peter Koski and Archer take this face off. Sloan and Eddie Homewood on defense. Puck is dropped, knocked back towards Columbus defense, who sends it deep into the Trojan zone. Columbus winger collects, but bounces off the boards funny, and pushing forward with it is Laura Teagarden. Loses it just coming across the blue line, but River Archer there, good following the puck. Dumps it into the offensive zone. Archer and Peter Koski back there trying to prevent that puck from leaving the zone. It does. Webb Sloan now collects just as it crosses the blue line. Gets it over to Mason Cooper, fresh off the bench. Gets it back to Webb Sloan. Then gets it back up to Ryland Peter Koski. Just goes over his stick, but to Columbus handle a pass. He gets it out to Homewood Cooper for the shot. Now Homewood in pursuit in the corner and try to keep it in, but it's knocked out. So Mason Cooper has it, collects it. Sends it opposite boards, up to George Homewood. Breaks through the middle, puts one on net. Oh, just sticks aside by the goaltender. Good heads-up play. Trojans now set back in front again. Kept in by Henry Fort, who wraps it around the boards. Hank Schwab there in the corner looking to get it. Sends it back around the back of the net. Now Henry Fort going to pinch. Keep that puck deep into the offensive zone for the Trojans. Back out. Shot by Mace Cooper into the chest of the Columbus goaltender, who will freeze the puck. Fresh offensive line out there. Ricky Nichols takes face off with Beach and Schaaf. Grace and Ford out on defense. Face off kick to the side. Stick down by Henry Ford. Nice play there. As Columbus tried to clear, but now they do clear. Ricky Nichols has it. trying to get that across center ice, stick the side. Then Grace trying to send it up the boards, and then it's knocked into the zone. And Yace sticks that over to Fort, who then tries to get it around the boards. He does. Nice little move there. Knocks it up to Mason Beach, who sends one opposite corner. Harrison Chafe now racing. Tries to backhand one towards the net. Gets caught in the shorts of a Columbus player. Then centered out in front, but picked up by Columbus. Now skating hard up the boards, Columbus forward. Looking for a shot. Sends one by Findlay. Doesn't hit the net, and then he whiffs on a shot. And then, again, nice stick-on-stick action there, and Webb Sloan gets it, and now he sends one deep into the zone as the forwards change. And defense. Sent opposite ice. Nice heads-up play by, get that side now. Shot forward by Ryland Peterkowski, rather. Sorry. Peterkowski still has it in the corner. Tries to send it in the middle. Laura Teagarden, it is lost in the skates and then sent way down the length of the ice. That's going to avoid the crease and be an icing. Good pressure early by the Trojans. Fighting for pucks in the corner. So we'll have a face-off here to the blocker side of the Columbus goaltender. Teagarden to take the face-off for the Trojans. Knocks that to the side. That gets sent back to Eddie Homewood. Cross-ice pass over the River Archer. Tries to get a shot. That's just blocked by the stick of a Columbus defender. Sent to the corner. Eddie Homewood down to pinch. Now Ryland Peterkowski there too. Keeps it in the zone. And then off a Teagarden skate. He tries to make something happen. He'd stick the side though. Looking in front is Teagarden, but battling with a Columbus player. Now Ryland's got it. Ryland behind the boards, but then stick the side by Columbus again. Columbus looking to clear. Sends that centering pass. River Archer's there. Pokes it aside. He's trying to get it closer to the net. That could stick the side now. Eddie Homewood there trying to move it back into the zone, and now Peterkowski does. Nice pressure there by Ryland Peterkowski. Fort's got a centering pass in front, just stick the side. George Homewood there now. Eddie Homewood looking to keep it in the zone, but Columbus collects, and they're going to move forward with it through center ice. But then lots of active sticks there by the Trojan defense. Mason Cooper and Henry Fort there stick that aside. Now back opposite corner, battling for it. Centering pass gets to the front through everybody, and a wide shot. Stick the side now, centered again, but there's George Homewood. Takes the puck. Center ice, tries to send it deep, stick the side. Now still loose. Jumping up to get that. Oh, and tripped up, and that's going to be a penalty. It was Mason Cooper on that one. So nice job following the puck. And that's going to be number 5. For Columbus, with the minute 30 penalty for tripping, Mace Cooper takes face-off on this Trojan power play. Battling in front, and then George Homewood collects that after Columbus tried to clear, and it bounced off the back of a player. Now Ben Grace comes down that wrap around the boards, trying to pinch. He's moving forward, trying to find a centering pass. Oh, stick the side by Columbus. Now moving the puck forward is Columbus. They get it out of the zone. It's now looking opposite ice. Cooper to Sloan. Sloan's going to fire that one just behind the net as Findlay looks to keep this puck in the zone, and they don't, unfortunately. And charging hard is Columbus, but a wide shot, not close to the net. Yace was ready. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty with that contact there. So we're going to have a roughing penalty on Findlay. So 5:40 left here in the first period, all tied up. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 35 seconds here. from the point by Columbus, stick to side by Fort. Nice centering pass on the breakout there, but stick to side again by Columbus, and Yace will freeze that shot from the point. "17 seconds in the 4-on-4, then it'll be a power play for the Blue Jackets for a minute, or just under a minute, sorry. Teagarden with the face-off for the Trojans, knocks that forward, now is in pursuit. Shot, tipped, in front. Burkhart clears. Yace with the save. Shot again, or face-off again. Teagarden has it. Looks to send it across center ice. Still hold up at center ice. Now Columbus has it, knocked aside. Now back to Fort. He's going to send it against the boards. Cross center ice, collected by Columbus, then sent in deep. So 47 seconds left now on this penalty kill. Burkhart in the corner, battling hard. Collected, off of a player in front. Columbus gets a shot. Yace on the ready again with a nice save. They'll freeze that puck. So we will have a face-off to the blocker side. Findlay goaltender Henry Yace. Ricky Nichols takes face-off for the Trojans. Shot from the side there, and blocked and saved by Yace. So we'll do this face-off again. Again, Nichols with the face-off. Shot again, blocked by Webb Sloan this time. Looking for a centering pass was Columbus, too hot, so it couldn't stay on the stick there. Now collected by Eddie Holman, tried to get it out of the zone, couldn't. That shot tipped in front off of Mason Beach, then sent back in by Columbus, looking for a shot. Glove save after that tipped shot by Yace. 7 seconds left in the penalty to the Trojans. And we'll get full line changes by both teams here. Harrison takes face off for the Trojans. That gets knocked back to the point. Shot goes off the back of Peter Koski. Nice block, gets it out of the zone. That should do it for the penalty. Trojans back at even strength as Columbus dumps it deep again, back behind the net. Ben Grace back to get it. Tries to turn it the other way. And he successfully gets it over to Peter Koski on the breakout and tips it forward, but still kept in the zone. So now Fort up to Peter Koski, back up to the line. Fort trying to knock that aside. Shot by Columbus. Doesn't make it to the goaltender. Now Mason Cooper has it behind the net. Now he's going to look for a little bit of space. He finds a little bit of room. He gets it up to Harrison Schaefer just off of his stick and his skate, but back to Cooper again. Cooper gets it back to Fort. Fort gets it up to Peter Koski, who sends it deep into the zone. Shake there hustling along with Peter Koski. Columbus gets it over to the middle, trying to get their breakout. They do. Mason Cooper has it. Just over 3 minutes left here in the period. They're changing. In Columbus, they move it up forward to Ryland Peter Koski. Just ahead a little bit, but across center ice, no icing. Now Columbus looking to move forward, and a nice break up there by Webb Sloan. Columbus still has the puck though. Shot off the side of the post, and then cleared out by Webb Sloan. Gets it out of the zone, and then sent back in, and then cross ice, and then another nice pass. Oh, but then getting tripped up there was Ricky Nichols as they tried to make that opportunity happen there. Nice play there by Webb Sloan, but he's going to get called for a tripping. He fell. Stick got caught up. Knocked the puck first, but player still. So Findlay again have to kill off a penalty here with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first. Nichols to take the face off for the Trojans now. Face off back to the point. Shot. Yace sits on it. Saved. Nice save by Yace there. Face off again. Nichols trying to push this forward. Burkhardt out there now too. Fort wraps it around the boards. Nichols out there racing. Now shot from the point. Just wide. Backhand by Columbus behind the net. Now they've got it. They're wrapping it around, trying to find something here. In front. Shot again from the point. Yace catches it, sees it. Loose puck. Sent out to Nichols, collects, flips it out of the zone. Nice play. Now Columbus dumps it in. Eddie Homewood now back with it. Sends it back around the boards to his brother George. George surveying options. Sends it against the boards, tries to chip it up. Gets through one player, gets through a second player, but not the third. Now Eddie sends it back to George. George now with a little bit of space. Tries to get out of the zone, gets tipped aside. Now caught in skates. And Eddie Homewood comes up with it. Rough spot on the ice behind the net. Nichols there, now shot, blocked by Fort. Up to the feet again now. Eddie Homewood has it. Oh, shot in front again. Kicked aside by Ricky Nichols. Cross ice pass by Columbus. Looking for a shot, hits Fort in the shin pad. Nice shot, and that should be a penalty. But no penalty as Fort gets taken down. Oh. And in the closing seconds of this period, Findlay with a close chance, but streaked the puck there. But good news, your Findlay Trojans at full strength to close out the rest of this first period. Teagarden now takes the face off for the Trojans. Face off collected by Columbus. Looking for a shot from the point, but passed aside instead. Stuck along the boards. Now River Archer has it. He gets it over to Ryland Peterkowski. Sends it in deep. Now Columbus trying to collect. Van Grace tries to cut that off. He does. Columbus still and Findlay battling along the boards. Kept in again by Grace, who came down to pinch from the blue line. Now back Lawyer with a good back check, but just couldn't keep control of the puck. But Archer has it now, and then it's knocked away from Archer. And that's going to be the end of the period. It's a good hard-fought period there by both teams. Findlay getting a lot of good opportunities here. So we'll take a break. And teams will switch sides, and we'll join you back for the start of the second period. All right, welcome back, folks. The teams have switched sides. Cooper, Beach, and Shape out there to start with Sloan and Grace on defense. Cooper with the face-off back to Grace. Gets it up to Beach. And then cross ice. Now Columbus through neutral ice. Still bringing it in up the zone. Shot. Kick save. Yes. Columbus still circling. Sends it deep. Webb Sloan has it. Trying to get it through two players. Let's stick to side now. Mason Cooper has it. Cross ice pass to Harrison Chafe. Gets it out of the zone. Collected by Columbus. And then off of his skate as they tried to send it back in. Now Ben Grace has it. Looking for a little bit of room. Sends it across to Webb Sloan. Gets it up to Mason Cooper just ahead of him on the pass. But Sloan has it still. Trying to calm that bouncing puck down. Poked away by Columbus. Had an opportunity there, but just a little too wide. And Ben Grace was there on the stop. Backhand attempt. Yes. Save. We'll get a line change. It'll be Cooper out there with Homewood and Schwab. And Burkhart and Fort out on defense. So Cooper to take the face off for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Cooper back to Burkhart. Burkhart whips it around the boards. Center or intercepted by Columbus, but then shot blocked. So now George Homewood has it. George Homewood going up the length of the ice, and that's going to be an offsides as that gets tipped in. Good hustle though by the Trojans to try to chase that puck down. Puck is dropped. Cooper with the face off now over to Homewood. Homewood's got it. He sends it down deep into the corner. That's going to wrap around the back of the net. Trying to clear with Columbus. They did. Nice little move there by Cooper, but then Columbus with a interception there on that and a shot, but centering attempt misses the stick of a player. Now in pursuit is Findlay. Cooper's got that puck now over to George Homewood, trying to find a centering pass and just gets tipped aside. Now Burkhart down the pinch, gets it back to Homewood. Homewood looking for a place to pass. Burkhart then sends it along the boards and then in the middle, but then gets chipped out, but held in by Mason Cooper. Wrap around the boards is Columbus. Trying to chip it up the boards is Columbus, and then they chipped out. And then with a shot, Burkhart back there to throw the offensive player off, and now lost in the skates. Hank Schwab's got it. He's going to get it up to Mason Cooper. That gets tipped aside. Shot tipped. Fort has it. Tips it along the edge of the boards. Columbus has it now. Now Fort trying to chip that out, and then Lawyer Teagarden got a stick on it. Shot in front. Collected. Burkhart holds him up. Fort gets it. Peter Koski has it. Nice centering pass to Teagarden. That gets sticked aside though. Lost in skates. But then Teagarden has it again, looking to make something happen. Caught along the boards. Now Burkhart chips it back up to Teagarden. Knocks it into the zone. And then Columbus knocks it back out. But then Burkhart's there to knock it again off the stick. Up to Archer. Archer sends it in off the boards. And then able to keep it in was Findlay for a moment, but then they knocked it out. Now Columbus looking for a centering pass. High shot off the face mask of Yates. Archer's got it, tries to tip it out forward. Hits a player. Sloan has it now. Knocks that off the board. That's going to be on net, so the goaltender forced to play it, and he's going to cover as Findlay had a couple players in pursuit. So we'll get a face-off to the blocker side of the Columbus goaltender. Ricky Nichols now with the face-off for the Trojans. He's got Beach and Schaaf out there with him. Sloan and Eddie Homewood on defense. Puck is dropped. Along the board, Schaaf has it. Now he sends it back behind the net. Tried to get a centering pass, tipped aside. Trying to backhand that one. Or that was Nichols, sorry, that was back there. Eddie Homewood there to try to keep that puck in. Nice pinch effort there by Homewood. Now Harrison has it. Oh, and then along the boards, and then comes right out to Mason Beach. Takes a shot. Oh, off the face mask and held on to. Nice heads-up play there by Beach to collect that puck and fire a shot from the slot. Nichols now with the face-off again. Tied up. Columbus has it knocked away by Nichols in the skate of the referee. Now Nichols has it. He's looking for some kind of pass. He gets it back. Oh, back to the point. Goes past. Webb Sloan has it now. Columbus looking for an interference call when their player knocked over Findlay Trojan from the back, so wasn't going to get it there. Now Ricky Nichols has it. Nichols tried to go in between the player, got knocked aside. Webb Sloan has now tripped it up. Looking for a trip. They got a trip call. Nichols has it now, then backhand and stop. We've got a Findlay player down on that tripping penalty. That'll be assessed to Columbus. So the Trojans will go on the power play here. Good to see the player off the ice on the bench. Puck is dropped. Mason Cooper with the face-off. That puck gets knocked aside. Fort collects it back. Gets it back to George Homewood. Bounces off the skate. Backhand shot wide by Columbus. Now collected by Ben Grace. He's got a little bit of room. He gets it up to Ricky Nichols. Tries to move it forward. Poked aside. Columbus has it. They're going to look to reset and try to send the puck deep back into the zone. They do take a shot. That goes wide. Yates was there. Fort has it, trying to get it up the boards to Homewood. Battling along the board still. Shot from the point. Blocked by Cooper. Ricky Nichols has it now. He gets it up to Mason Cooper. He's got George Homewood in there with him too. Along the corner, Homewood has it now back out to Mason Cooper. Mason Cooper gets up to Nichols, but sticked aside. But Cooper has it, tried to tip it back into the zone, and then Columbus able to clear. Less than 30 seconds left here in the Trojan power play. And we're going to have a penalty. There for that roughing. Referees are sorting out. The calls here, looks like we'll have a 2 and a 10. We'll have a major assessed penalty for 3 minutes, it looks like. For the roughing, and then a game misconduct. As they're sorting it out right now at the scoring table with the referees, and then they'll talk to the coaches. Sorry, hearing from the referees, it's going to be a 4-minute penalty here. Sorry for the delay as we get everything sorted out here. Alright, so it looks like we're ready to get back at it here. Teagarden will take the face off for the Trojans. He's got Archer out there with him, along with Sloan and Eddie Homewood. As we skate 4-on-4 for another 11 seconds. River Archer there going. Sloan has it now. Sloan gets it over to Eddie Homewood. Eddie turns it around, tries to get it out of the zone. Fought after by Columbus. Nice second effort there by Eddie to get that out of the zone. And now Columbus tries to send it in. Now Webb Sloan sends it back out. Collected by Laura Teagarden. Teagarden sends it, tries to send it deep, bounces off the stick of a Columbus player into the corner. Columbus now back to check, or collect. This player is going to look to go coast to coast from the looks of it. And a nice effort there by Sloan and Loyal Teaguard in there to prevent that from happening. Now set in front. Ooh, stick to side. Now Eddie Homewood has it. Archer tried to get it out, collected again by Columbus, and then loose in front. And a great reaching save by Archer, or by Yates rather, as Archer and Sloan get in there. Oh, and there's a penalty, as we've got contact there.
That's a 2 and a 10.
Game's starting to get a little chippy here. All squared away. Puck is dropped. Mace Cooper has it over to Fort. Fort sends it back over to Burkhart. Burkhart sends it down deep into the zone. Homewood there to go get it. He's knocked over. And then knocked aside. By Columbus. A lot of rough stuff going on here. Now Fort getting pushed aside in the corner, holds his own really well. Yace with a nice blocker save on that shot from the face-off circle. Shot from the point, blocked high. Fort has it. Nice stick lift there, tip that aside, goes back out to the point. Shot in front, pushed aside again. Centering pass for Columbus blocked. Now Mason Cooper has it. Mason Cooper looking to make something happen. Gets it, wraps it deep around the boards. Homewood and Sloan back on defense now. Nichols out. Nice work there by Mason Cooper to hold up that breakaway attempt. Now Sloan has it in the corner, trying to work this puck up. He's getting hooked to high heaven, no call. Ricky Nichols has it. He's looking for a little bit of room, sends it up the length of the ice. That's going to be an icing. A lot of activity going on here. .47 seconds left in this major to Findlay. Puck is dropped. Shot in front, goes in. Winning the face-off, tipping the... So Nichols now out to take the face-off for the Trojans. Now tipped aside by Sloan. Trying to move it up the length of the ice. Then nice little pass back from Nichols to Sloan. Sloan looking for a shot. Oh, blocker. Good shot from the top of the face-off circle there. Held in by Nichols and then kicked out by Columbus. Columbus looking at a 3-on-2 shot well wide of the net. Centering pass broken up by Eddie Homewood, but kicked in front and score. Update from the scoring table. We've got 8 seconds left on the Trojan penalty here. Teagarden to take the face off now. Nice effort there by Sloan to knock that puck away. And then that's up front, knocked length of the ice. That'll be an icing. Trojans back at full strength now. But 2 quick shots and scores by Columbus on that extended power play. Outside of that, really good effort so far by the Findlay Trojans. Mason Cooper now with the face-off for the Trojans. Face-off stick to the side, backhand shot. Stopped by Yace. Burkhart whips it up the length of the ice, trying to get it to Homewood. Collected by Columbus. Now chip forward. Columbus has it. Nice pocket pick by George Homewood there. Couldn't get the shot off. Was Columbus. Now Mason Cooper has it. He's surveying some options. Goes against the boards. That goes out. George Homewood hustling. Trying to collect on that, but just couldn't get there. But good forechecking effort. Now cross-ice pass by Columbus in the neutral zone. Stick to side by Mason Cooper, who's got it and collecting. Gets it over to George Homewood off the boards. He takes an elbow to the face. No call there. And stick to side. Hank Schwab has it now. Tried to move it up the boards. Kept in by Columbus. Mason Cooper now collects it. He's got it. Little nifty backhand move. Bounces it up off the boards to Schwab. Collects again. Now kicked out. George Homewood there. Trying to make a play on it. Gets stick to side. He gets hit into the boards. No call. And then whiff on the shot is Columbus. Shot from the point, sent well wide. Now over to the circle. Looking for a shot with it is number 1. Nothing happening. Good defense by Fort. Puck in the corner. Burkhart over there and Homewood. Homewood up to get it. That gets sent out and stopped at the point. Kicked off a skate, just missed. Kept in by Columbus, sent back. Burkhart's got a little bit of room. He's going to try to get it out of the zone. He does. His pass tipped. Pass to Schwab. And collected and sent in on net. Yates will stop. Leave that for Fort. Cross-ice pass to Cooper. And Archer's in there to join him coming off the bench. Cooper with a shot. Blocker save by Columbus goaltender. Looking for Rylan Peterkowski at the point. Peterkowski with a shot just sent wide. Archer's got it now behind the net. Archer, nice little nifty move. Makes a guy miss. Tries to tuck one in backhand just off the goaltender. And that'll be the end of the second period. So now 2-0 Columbus, but still another period of hockey left. So teams will switch sides. They'll talk about it. And we will join you in a few moments. All right, welcome back to the start of the third period. We'll have Teagarden, Archer, and Peter Koski out here for the Trojans. Sloan and Homewood, Eddie Homewood, out there on defense. All right, puck is dropped. Let's do that hockey. Gets it back to Sloan, over to Homewood, back over to Peter Koski. Peter Koski looking for a place to pass. Stick stuck in the middle. Ooh, goes in front of the net, but collected by Columbus. They'll try their breakout. Sloan, just hopped over his skate and his stick. So knocked back along the boards by Eddie Homewood and then sent in by Columbus. Eddie Homewood has it now. He wraps it around the boards. Tries to knock it back up, but runs into a skate of a Columbus player. Columbus tried centering, backhand pass. Eddie Homewood and Lawyer Teagarden both there. Teagarden now gets it up to Peter Koski, moves it forward, but then collected by Columbus. Teagarden still has it in his skates, but then knocked away by Columbus, but Teagarden in pursuit. They get it out to center ice and then back into the zone. Eddie Homewood has it now. Nice little move there, and then another move back, but then loses the puck in front of the net, but then it's knocked aside. River Archer has it now. He tries to get it up forward. He does. Try and get to Ricky Nichols. Lost on the spin there, but then collected by Columbus. And then a shot, Yace with the save. And then sticked aside by Homewood. And then Homewood tries to chip it out front, but it hits the defenseman. But then Beach is there. Beach gets it out of the zone. Good hustle by Beach. And then he chips it down forward again, but still collected by Columbus at the blue line. Nichols almost had that pass intercepted. And then chipped out of the zone by Sloan. Now cross ice, sent back in, Burkhart back to get it. He's going to send that up the boards. Nice chip by Beach. Beach is hustling. He's trying to get there for a breakaway. Defense for Columbus gets there first. Then held it out by Cooper. Tried to get a pass back to Burkhart, but then that pass was intercepted. Yace, with the good attempt on that stop, but then Columbus with the breakaway. Makes the game 3. Puck is dropped. Mason Cooper with the faceoff gets it over to George Homewood. He gets it back. Now Mason Cooper has the puck. Now he's going to try to make something happen with it too along the boards. He gets knocked down. No call. Burkhart down there to pinch. Nobody back except Fort. Fort hustling back. Gets it up to Homewood. Now he's going to send it down deep into the zone. Schwab in there with Homewood in pursuit. Now down to pinch is Burkhart, but that hops over both his stick and the stick of the Columbus forward. And then it looks like we're going to have an offsides. Cooper to take the face off now for the Trojans. He's still out there with Schwab and Homewood. Eddie Homewood, Webb Sloan out there as the defense. Gets it over to Eddie, gets it to George. That's tipped aside. They're waving off icing because enough players touched it apparently. Mason Cooper tries to get it along the boards. He still has it. A little bit of room. Gets it back to Homewood. Homewood sends it opposite side of the ice there. Webb Sloan comes down to pinch, just bounces over his skate, so Eddie Homewood has it. Tried to send that forward. Intercepted by Columbus and then offsides. Lawyer Teagarden now take the face off for the Trojans. That gets kicked back towards Columbus. Teagarden in pursuit along with Peter Koski. Peter Koski gets a stick on it. Pulls it up forward. Teagarden trying to come out with it now. Now he gets it up to Teagarden, but just a little too far forward as Columbus tries to cycle around the opposite side of the ice. They're going to look for a pass and a shot. Centering pass sticks aside by the Trojans. Now looking for some room as Webb Sloan gets it up to Rylan Peterkowski, but just off the end of his stick. But Rylan hustling, still trying to knock that in the zone. But Columbus tips it forward, but good work there by Archer to send it back down the opposite end of the ice. They're going to wave off icing as Columbus player touches it as they try to clear. And then trying to move it up the length of the ice is Columbus. And now they've got a potential 2-on-1 situation here. Pass, errant pass. Ooh, centering in front, but still doesn't get there. And then Yace tried to collect the puck to cover, but it's still loose. Columbus has it in the corner. There we go. Now out to center ice. Columbus cycling again. Findlay will get a line change. Shot wide. Burkhardt in the corner. That puck gets sent to the opposite side to Columbus. Now Nichols there battling for it. He comes up with it, but then sent back. Now Sloan has it. Sloan battling against the boards now. Knocked out. Burkhardt has it now. He's going to look for a little bit of room. He gets it over to Harrison. Harrison tried to make a move, but that got sticked aside as well. But then so did Columbus, and they lost it, so it gets knocked into the zone at center ice. Now Harrison back there on the forecheck, along with Nichols. Over the beach, Nichols has it now. Nice little nifty move, gets it over to Harrison. Center tip back in front. And then tipped in front again by Columbus. Takes the shot. Oh, and that goes off the glove. Ricochets off the corner and into the back of the net. Some unfortunate puck luck there. Two left in the third. Now Mace Cooper with the face-off for the Trojans. He tries to battle his way through a couple defenders. Sticked aside and sent back. Burkhardt racing to go get it. Columbus player there too. Centering pass out to the slot. Bounces over the stick. Shot from the point. Bounces off Mason Cooper. Mason Cooper with a nifty little move. And then a shot that hits his own player for Columbus. Now Cooper with it. Avoids two players. Now he's going opposite coast to coast. Trying to. Nice little evasive move there. Gets to the corner. Oh, gets it out to Homewood in front. Tries to get a shot off and just couldn't get it, but it's lost in the skates of the Columbus player. Now jumping up to keep that in. Nice move by Cooper. Fort dumps it back into the zone. Now George Homewood there fighting in the corner for it. Eddie Homewood comes down to pinch. Tries to keep that puck in. Laurie Teagarden there with him, but Columbus comes up with it. And a shot and over the shoulder and a score. Now Trojans have it. Laurie Teagarden looking to make something happen as he dumps it into the zone. Rylan Peterkowski there charging as well. Peterkowski chips it along the boards. Now back. He tries to get it to the point to Webb Sloan. That bounces over his stick too. Sloan still has it. Oh, and then it's knocked aside. Now Eddie Homewood back to get it. Homewood has it now. Tried to make a move on it, but held up by Columbus player. Shot off the outside of the post by Columbus. Columbus then banks it along the boards there. The defense comes down to pinch, wraps it back around the net again. Trying to clear was Archer. Hits the body. Now Columbus has it. Tries a centering pass. Bounces through everybody over to the opposite side of the boards. And then shot in front. Missed. Mason Cooper has it now. Chipped out of the zone by River Archer, who still has it. He's going to look to make a move to the outside. He puts a shot on net. That's sticked aside by the goaltender for Columbus. Columbus working their way up the side of the boards now. And then knocked aside by Eddie Homewood. And then knocked to the side by Mason Cooper, but then shot in deep by Columbus. Webb Sloan has it now. He's looking to get it up to Ricky Nichols. He does along the boards. Up to Mason Beach. Oh, and just sticked away by Columbus again. And then shot attempt blocked, and then rebound saved by Yace. Puck is dropped. Ricky Nichols with the face-off. Gets it over to Schaaf. Gets it to Burkhart, who wraps it up the board. Then collected by Columbus. Shot in front. Held onto by Yace. Just under 4 minutes here left in the third. Puck dropped again. Nichols with it. Over to Fort. Wraps it around the board. Schaaf trying to get there in the corner and knocked back in by Columbus. Now Burkhart has it behind the net. Tries to chip it free. Nichols now with it. He's going to find a little bit of room. He's going to get up to Schaaf. Oh, just lost it in his feet there. And an offside call. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Just over 3.5 minutes left here in the third. True neutral zone face-off here at center ice. Nichols takes face-off for the Trojans. Puck knocked back towards Columbus defense. Schaaf and Beach hustling for it. Knocked into the zone. Burkhart there. Chips it up along the boards. Then tries to chip it out again. Hits a skate of a Columbus player. They get it out to the point. Cycling to the other side. Try to take a shot off of a skate. Bouncing in front. Sticked aside by Henry Fort. And back behind the net now. Shot. Cover. Base. Teagard now face off for the Trojans. Tries to get it back to his defense. Puck bounces in front. Eddie Homewood there. Shot from the slot. Nice save by Yace, who was extending the leg pad. Keep that puck out of the net. Teagard again with the face off for the Trojans. And now Teagard has it coming out of there. Gets it up to George Homewood. Now Columbus collects at center ice. Cross ice pass. Now collected again. Homewood tries to get it off the boards, but bounce in front. Now Columbus has it, looking for a shot. They do, send it wide, blocker side. And they lose the puck. Trying to clear was Findlay, but then that's stuck forward. And then getting hit with it was Sloan, who knocks it out of the zone. And now Laura Teagarden on the forecheck in pursuit. Cross ice pass. And Eddie Homewood there to knock that up. Webb Sloan with it now behind the net, trying to find a little bit of breathing room. Now George Homewood trying to get that out of the zone. Stuck aside. And Eddie Homewood has it now behind the net. He's going to wrap it around the boards. Columbus is going to kick that forward. look for a shot. They've got one in the point. Nice defensive effort there by Mason Cooper and Hank Schwab. And then Schwab tried to get it up to Cooper. Pass goes just a little bit too far forward. Now Cooper with it. Got one man to beat. Oh, he gets tripped up there. And then Webb Sloan has it now. And now we've got a 3-on-3. Shot. Oh, by Nichols just high. Findlay now with a minute left trying to get something in the zone or in the goal here. And then that pass went way too far off the boards. So Findlay forced to collect again. Less than a minute left here in this game. Fort's going to send it up the boards there. Columbus, errant pass. Chipped out. Ricky Nichols there trying to catch that. Ooh, nice move by Mason Cooper to keep that in. Tried to get it forward to Nichols, but that got picked off by Columbus. Closing 10 seconds of this game. Game 1 of 2. River Archer has it. He'll send it into the zone. That'll be, they're going to let that go. Nope, it's going to be an offside. Oh, they're going to end the game there. Well, folks, thanks for watching. Final score 5-0 in favor of Columbus for game 1 of this 2-game matchup. This was a good matchup those first 2 periods. And things got a little tricky, but join us back here for game 2 on the YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed watching and have a great afternoon.